Hello, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to our Caterpillar Live today. I'm so excited to be here. So great to see all of you here from California, the Central Valley, from Wyoming, Missouri, Maryland. I don't know where Hutto, Texas is. Texas is a big state. I'm not great on the geography there, but welcome. Lori, welcome back from your crazy trip. It's good to see you home safe and sound. Kentucky, Caldwell, Texas. Good morning, Kim. Good morning, everybody. We are so excited that you guys are here. I am alone today, guys. Keisha decided to do a day date with her husband today. Whatever. Some days he gets priority over me, I guess. I guess that's fair. So they are having a day date today, and I'm happy for them to do that. So today, we're just gonna do a little bit of a recap of what's going on. We're going to show you the bundle of the month, if you will, is what we called it. Do a little product demo today. Tell you about some stuff that's upcoming. So please, if you guys have any questions, if you have any comments, please shout those out in the chat. I really appreciate that you guys are here because I am alone. I get a little weirded out when I'm all by myself with this stuff. That's part of my adult onset ADHD. I need to have something going on in my brain all the time to shut my brain down. So I might be a little more crazy than usual today because my brain is all over the place all the time. Typically when I'm working or even when I'm sleeping, when I'm doing anything, I have a TV show running through my headphones because that keeps my brain kind of focused on what I have to do. And do any of you guys do that? It's a TV show that I've already seen countless times. I run through the same 3 series over and over and over again. And that keeps my brain quiet so I can focus on my task at hand. It keeps all the other noise quiet. I don't know if that's the right way to describe it, but it keeps, thank you, Beth, I appreciate that. It keeps all of those noises quiet so that I'm able to focus on what I'm trying to do. And I don't have that right now. Eric is in the background. And so say hi to Eric, everybody. He is there. Good morning from British Columbia. Oh, I wonder how cold it is up there for you guys. I hope it's not terribly cold. Although I think, okay, I'm not super great at geography, but I think you guys in British Columbia might be on the heat wave side of things instead of the super cold side of things. I don't know about that, but welcome as being a first timer. We appreciate it. Sunny but cold Maryland is here. I hope I won't have any connection issues either, Linda. I've reset everything. I reset my Wi-Fi this morning. I reset my computer. I reset everything. The testing we did this morning looked pretty good. So hopefully I won't bow out early and we won't have to just cut it off quick like we did the other day when all of my stuff stopped working. So we appreciate that. Thank you guys. Thank you all for being here. It is a new month here at Caterpillar. It is February. We have a lot of fun things planned that we're pretty excited about. It's going to be a really fun month here, but a short month, as we know. It's a little crazy of a month. I think Lori posted this on Facebook, and I think that's who I saw it originally, that this is a weird month of February because it starts on a Sunday and ends on a Saturday. And so we have exactly 4 Mondays and Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays and everything. And it only happens once every, I don't know, 800 years or some crazy thing. I don't remember what the thing said on Facebook, but anyway, that's what it is. Balmy 19 in Michigan. Ooh, it's nice and warm for you guys today. At least you're not in the negatives in Michigan right now. Welcome, Linda from Alaska, for your first time. Very exciting. Plus 10 Celsius. It's warm and no snow there. There's no snow in Utah still, guys. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening in the ski resorts because that's where everybody comes to Utah to ski. We say it's the finest snow on earth. I'm not a skier, so I'm not up there very often. But I know that they're making snow, but I don't know if that's as good. So I don't know about that. But welcome, everybody. Good morning, Jana. Morning, Mitzi. Thank you guys all for joining us. So let's do a little recap first. It's February. Like I mentioned, we've got our new challenge started for the month of February. Every month, we are putting out a challenge to get a little creative, and it's not meant to be stressful in any sense of the imagination. Last month, it was just a traditional quilt block. We had some entries that were made out of paper. Somebody sent us a photo where they painted a quilt block on a piece of tile, which was super cute. It can be anything. So this month it is flying geese, and I'm terrified. And I feel like I shot myself in the foot a little bit by picking that as the theme for this month. I have never, ever done it before. But Janet Oxley's friend sent me an email to support. Wendy Ryan sent me an email to support after we went live on Monday to announce the challenge for the month, and gave me a whole bunch of tips on making flying geese. And I am so excited. I haven't dug into all the tips just yet, but I so very much appreciate that. I'm super, super excited about it. And so I'm going to try, guys. I'm going to try flying geese for the first time. I'm super, super scared. I'm super, super, super scared, but I'm going to give it a try. I've never done it. We're going to see it. Now, when you do flying geese for the challenge, it can be anything. It could be one single flying geese rectangle block, and I will be over the moon proud of you, because I've never made one either. And so that is totally fine. It can be a block made out of flying geese. It can be a quilt made out of flying geese. It could be a border. It could be whatever you want it to be. I'm terrified because they always come out wonky. Just completed a flying geese block. Mitzi, you are ahead of the game. Carolyn says they're a breeze. I hope they are, guys. I'm super scary. I hope I'm super scary. Wendy Ryan, I just read your last name. Wendy, thank you for sending those. I'm glad you're here. I so, so very much appreciate that. I'm going to probably old school boomer like I am a little bit, print it out and have it next to me when I sit down to do my flying geese this weekend. So I'm going to give it a try. Savannah, congratulations. I'm glad you tried your flying geese block. Mutant geese. Maybe we can call it that. Maybe we can call it mutant geese. Brenda's going to try flying geese border. I love it. You guys, I'm so excited. I'm so excited for you guys to do it. I'm so excited for you guys to try. I'm excited to try. I am terrified. I still have to talk Keisha into trying. She's still working on her her quilt blocks, her 9-patch quilt. She's trying to get them all sewn together so she can actually turn it into a finished project, because she doesn't like, she's not used to like me having 15 projects going on at once. We all do that. That's still new for her. So we're still working on that. So flying geese, any kind of flying geese you want. We are going to have a couple of, I like to call them professional flying geese quilter block makers. Because everybody to me is professional that's ever made one at all, but they're fantastic. We have our wonderful, one of our affiliates, Nina Snyder, is going to join us on Monday, the 23rd for our live that day. And she's going to show us how she does flying geese. She does it in a paper piecing way. She doesn't do it in a regular quilting block way. So she's going to show us how she does that. I'm super excited for that. And for those of you who are around for our 12 days of Christmas, we had Nathan's mother-in-law come and show us how she does flying geese with our products. She is a beautiful quilter. She's been quilting forever. She's so, so good at it. My geese baby quilt is in need of binding. Yes, that would totally count for the challenge, Janet. This is the thing, guys. Don't stress about it. Everything works for the challenge. But Nathan's mother-in-law, Laurel, is going to come and she's going to show how she does flying geese as well this month. So look forward to that. I know that Nina's coming on the 23rd. I'm not sure what day Laurel's coming yet. We'll get that figured out here soon and let you guys know. But also coming up this month, this always makes me laugh, you guys. This makes me laugh. Oh, before I talk about that, my brain is going all over the place. I'm so sorry about that. So before you do that, Jody, thank you for the question. Where do we post these? There's several ways that you can post. You can do it in many, many ways. And we collect everything on the last day of the month. Well, the first day of the next month, in order to pick a drawing, because there will be a drawing at the end of the month. Anybody who participated at all, it's a random draw, will get a prize. So where you can do it. So we have a blog post. I think Eric has the QR code for the monthly challenge for the February. I think that's what that QR code is. So you can go there. There is a link in that to a Dropbox where you can post it in there. Now, if you don't want to post it in Dropbox, if you don't like to use Dropbox, that's totally fine. You can post it in our Caterpillar Creations Hub Facebook group. And if you're not a member of that, please go search that on Facebook and join that group. You can do it there. And that will count. Or you can post it on your own social media using the hashtag CP Challenge. So we had someone who was so sweet say, hey, why don't you have a hashtag? And we're like, we weren't smart enough to think about that for the January challenge. So for the February challenge and ongoing, if you post the hashtag CP Challenge, we will find those and we will count those for February. So you can enter in any of those ways. So we're super excited. Savannah, I found that if I starched my fabric really well first, it was much easier to keep things crisp. Okay, so Savannah, secret, that's what I did yesterday. I have some fabric that I got at the Road to California Quilt Show, because I think I told you guys on Monday, if you weren't here, I will tell you again. I was at Road to California. We're standing across, our booth was right across from the coolest fabric booth. P. Carpin, I can't remember exactly what it is. Shoot, I feel bad now. Anyway, beautiful fabrics. And she had this flying geese quilts on display right in front of me the whole time. And I kept saying, Keisha, those are flying geese. I have to do that. Those are flying geese. I have to do that. So I got her pattern and I got that stuff. And so I'm going to try to do that. And last night I spray starched and ironed all of my fat quarters that I bought from her to make the flying geese project. So I am on my way and I'm super excited to give it a shot. So that is the challenge. That is how you guys sign up for the challenge. We were talking about how Nina Snyder is going to join us on the 23rd. Nathan's mother-in-law, Laurel, is going to join us at some point during the month. Also looking ahead, we have a really fun live for Wednesday, February 11th. That will be Lindsay and Karen and their Sew and Spill will be here to do some Valentine's Day crafts on Wednesday, the 11th. So make sure you join us for that. I'm super excited. They always come up with such great things. During Christmas, they came up, you know, those paper chains that we used to make as kids in schools. Lindsay showed us how to make one out of fabric and it was so cute. I'm so excited to make one because you can reuse it every year. And if I do that, maybe it can match one of my 17 Christmas tree themes. And then we can do a countdown next to the tree. I'm kind of excited for that. Thank you for joining, even if you're joining late. We really appreciate that. Thank you for coming. We appreciate it. So we're just going over kind of the schedule of events for February right now, and then we're going to dive into the bundle of the month that we're going to show the products. But this Friday, you guys, this is where I don't usually do this, guys. This is where I don't usually say, please, 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 please join us, because we all have super busy lives. We all have a lot going on. And we are so grateful anytime you guys are here. But this Friday at 1 o'clock, 1 o'clock Mountain Time, Keisha and I are bringing our husbands onto the live, and we are going to teach them to sew that 9-patch block that Keisha just learned to sew for the very first time. We are going to make it a little bit of a competition, a mild competition, but a little bit of a competition where I will be teaching my husband, she will be teaching her husband. And so that will start this Friday. And then the following Friday on the 13th, we're going to all come back and show you how we did, how they did. We're going to reveal the projects. We're going to be videotaping while we're teaching them how to do the sewing. Neither one of them have ever used a sewing machine before. The only time either of them have ever used a rotary cutter on a piece of fabric was when they have joined us at some of these expos that we go to all the time, when they come to help and they've demoed our products. So they know a little bit about our products. They've cut some fabric on top of a light board cutting mat once or twice. But other than that, they have never done it before. They've never cut with a ruler and fabric and a rotary cutter. And they've never, ever used a sewing machine. For those of you that were here on Monday, I mentioned that I had not yet told my husband about the details of what he was going to have to do. I was leaning towards not telling him and just waking up on Friday and saying, you got to come with me, and surprising him with it. You all convinced me that that wasn't very nice. And so I told him, I asked him to join us, and he said yes. So we're in, we're all in, we're going to be doing it. It's going to be so funny. We're kind of excited about it. So please, you guys, please, 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 if you have time in your Friday afternoon to join us, our husbands need the support, and it's going to be pretty funny. They're a kick in the pants when the two of them get together. Keisha and I have been best friends forever, and so now they have to be besties as well because it's a requirement, right? Like your best friend's husband has to be best friends with your husband, kind of a requirement that goes along. And so it's going to be, yes, thank you, Eric. I love that. Support the husband's time on Friday. You can send me your husband. Yeah. Well, you know what, Carolyn, let's see how it goes first and see how we do. If we stay married after these couple of weeks, then we'll be happy to take your husbands and try it with them. They may want to leave us after we make them do this. So it's going to be pretty funny. Yes, Janet, he was very kind about it. He said, look, whatever you need, I'm happy to help. Our husbands are very supportive. Keisha and I travel around the country and go to these quilt shows. And we used to go to scrapbooking shows as well as quilt shows. And so we're gone at least a weekend a month, sometimes two, sometimes more. And we've been doing it for 8 years now, and they're beautiful, wonderful human beings, and they're very supportive of us. And they let us go do our crazy thing that we love to do. And this is a little step above that. It's one thing to hold down the fort when we travel. It's another thing for us to put them on camera and make them do the thing that we love. So it's going to be pretty funny. It sounds like so much fun. They're very good sports, you guys. I can't even think too much about it, or I will just laugh. So anyway, what we're going to do is I have 4 packs of coordinating fabrics, and they are in, those envelopes when you order stuff online, those plastic white envelopes, they're all in there. So they're all mixed up. So everyone's going to choose one, and nobody knows what they're going to be. And Keisha and I decided that we needed to make one along with them so that we can show them what to do, right? So all 4 of us are going to be making another 9-patch quilt block. I've made one before. Keisha's made one before. Our husbands have never used a sewing machine, let alone made a quilt block before. So we're gonna give it a go, guys. So it's gonna be a fun and funny time. So join us. I don't know. Savannah, I think that's a really good question. I don't know if this is going to test our marriage more than remodeling will. But we'll see. So it's going to be so fun. So that will be this Friday. So please come back at 1 p.m. Mountain Time for that. And then on the 13th, I don't like saying that it's Friday the 13th, but it's Friday the 13th. They'll be coming back and they will show off what they made. So it's going to be a fun month. And then we also, as far as live events are concerned, if you guys are close to any of these shows later in the month, the last 2 weeks of the month, there are 4 quilt shows that we are attending. Keisha will be at QuiltCon with her husband. So if you guys are in the area in Raleigh, North Carolina, please pop in and say hi to them. If you see the live and then see her husband, pat him on the back. So those 2 will be at QuiltCon in Raleigh, North Carolina. Yeah, I'm thinking it's the 21st, but I can't remember the exact date. That same week, I will be in Daytona Beach at the AQS quilt show there with my oldest daughter. So if you guys are in that area, please pop in and say hello to my daughter and myself. My daughter Samantha will be there. Tell her that I'm really awesome because she loves to hear that all the time. And yes, Eric just posted a link. We have a page on our website that shows you everywhere we're going to be. But Keisha will be in Raleigh at QuiltCon. I will be in Daytona Beach at the AQS Quilt Week show that week. Then the last week of the month, Keisha will be in Hampton, Virginia at the Mid-Atlantic Quilt Show, and I will be in Puyallup, Washington at the Sewing and Stitchery Expo there. So we would love to see you guys at any of those events. If you're around, please pop in and say hi. We had so much fun saying hi to a bunch of friends that came and saw us at Road to California. So please come and see us for that. Whew. Guys, I hope we make it through February. That's a lot of stuff. Whew, lots of stuff. It's going to be super fun. So let's talk about our products today, you guys. That's what we're here for. Oh, Savannah, sorry. See, I'm getting sidetracked. This is what I do. I don't have anything playing in my ears, so I'm super sidetracked. Savannah, that's really nice for you to say, enjoy the Florida sunshine. My oldest daughter, Samantha, was over at my house on Sunday evening. We were talking about the trip, and she has a full-time job, so she's not flying with me. She's flying the next day on a different flight. And we were talking about it, and we pulled up the weather app on the phone, okay? And at that moment, In Salt Lake City, Utah, it was 35 degrees, which we expect that in January. We looked up Daytona Beach, and at that moment, it was 31 degrees in Daytona Beach. Guys, I don't know if it's going to be Florida sunshine or not. We're praying for it. I don't know if it will happen. She's very excited to go to the beach, but she might have to bring her overcoat with her. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, yes, it's going to be chilly. So yes, February is super busy, but we're really excited. It's super fun. And then guys, looking ahead, one more looking ahead. I'm just going to remind you of this. For those of you that have joined our Handmade Collective events that we have done in the past, we did them 3 times last year. We're going to do them again 3 times this year. Our Handmade Collective event is in June. It is on the 25th, 26th. No, it's not in June. It's in March. See? We had one in June. We had it in March, June, and September. This year, we're having March, June, and September. In March, on the 25th, 26th, and 27th is our Handmade Collective virtual event again. We are gathering amazing teachers to show us some tips and tricks. We're going to have a sew along, which we're super excited about. We have a really great nonprofit that we have partnered up with that are going to come and talk to you about some stuff. We've got some other tips about some other things, and we're working on putting that all together. So that will happen towards the end of March. So stay tuned for that. Sign up for our emails, and you'll get all of that information, or join our Caterpillar Creations Hub Facebook group. As always, we post all this on social media as well. But if you come join our group, we love it there. We have such a good time showing off our projects, what we're working on, taking a look at things, and all of that stuff. So we're looking forward to that for March. So guys, today we put together a bundle that I hope will help with flying geese. I don't know for sure because I've never made one, but I think it will. We went through the bundle quickly on Monday of what's included in it. I can take a frozen iguana home. Carolyn, maybe if it's frozen, because I saw a video of how they're falling out of the trees. I don't know if it was AI or not, but I saw that. If that's the case, maybe I can bring it home and it'll thaw out when I get home, and then I have a pet. Is that how that works? Is that how you do that? Let me know. Is that what you do? I don't really want a pet, but maybe we could do that. Yes, Darla, you're right. It's lots of fun in February because it's the shortest number of days, but it feels like a very long month. That's very true. That is so true. But let's get on it. So our bundle this month, you guys, is on sale. It's like $90 off, which is crazy amazing. It includes our Glow Premium 2, our Tempered Glass Mat, our Grid-less cutting mat, and our tote bag to hold everything together. So I'm going to show the products today, do a little demo of what you can do with them, and it's going to be fun. It's pretty. It's. I know I say this all the time, but this is my. I'll say it this way. This is my original favorite light board. So we first came out with these light boards back in 2017. We had a basic and premium is what we call them. Then we made the Glow Ultra, and between those two, the premium was my favorite between those two. The Glow Basic it works really great. It's amazing. It's a plug-in version. The Glow Premium was the portable version, which is why I liked it a little better. So that was my original favorite light board. Then we made the Glow Ultra, which is twice as big as the Basic and Premium. And so that became my favorite because I could fill my whole workspace with light. Then we came out with the Mini, and the Mini is so flipping cute that became my favorite. So the premium light board is my original favorite. And then we did come out with a spinning mat. So there's lots of fun favorite things. Now, this Glow Premium that I'm going to show today is our Glow Premium 2. So this is our second version of the Glow Premium. It has some of the same features, and then it has some of the different features if you have the original Glow Premium. My original Glow Premium is still going strong. My husband stole it a long time ago. He likes to sketch. He took it. He keeps it by the couch in the living room. So I let him have that, and now I have my Glow Premium 2. So my Glow Premium 2, these are LED light boards. So they're nice and thin. So they are not super thick and bulky, which is really, really nice. All of our light boards have multiple light settings. The lights are going to go a little wonky when I show you the light settings, but this has 4 different levels of light. So you can adjust the light. It's hard to tell with the lights in here. You can see my little lights showing, but anyway, the lights are completely adjustable. You can change the settings depending on what you're working on. So on the light board itself, this is where you do your pattern tracing for your applique patterns, for your paper piecing patterns. I have my handy dandy Legit Kits paper piecing pattern right here. And this is where you can do your pattern tracing right here. If you see that, you guys, you don't have to hold this up to the window anymore. You don't have to stick a light bulb under your coffee table anymore. You could do all of your pattern tracing right on top of the light. Now, I also like to use it at nighttime when I do my coloring books. I try to close my mind down at night by doing some of those coloring books. And I can keep one by the bedside and I can dim it down so it doesn't mess with my husband. Unless I'm a little mad at him, then I keep it up bright, but that's marriage, right? So you can use it dimmer at nighttime, because if you don't have natural light coming in the windows and your room is really dark, sometimes you don't want it all the way bright. Sometimes, like when you wake up with a headache and you want to work on it, you want to dim it down just a little bit, which is really nice. And then when you use those patterns that have patterns on both sides of the paper, I like to dim the light down just a little bit when I do those, because then the lines aren't competing quite so much. So there's a lot of great reasons that it is dimmable. You can also if you're a paper crafter, you can do your stamping on it. Your two-step stamping is great on the light because you can see through, you can see exactly what you're trying to do. If you do projects with vinyl, you can weed your vinyl right on top of the acrylic here. If you do diamond art or paint by numbers, it is so great to do it on there because you can see exactly where you're putting your little diamond beads, or when you're putting your little paint for your paint by numbers. All of those things you can do right on top of this. So it's a fantastic tool to have for all of those kinds of crafts. Now, this light board also has built-in magnetic plates. So you can hold your project down with magnets. Now, the magnets are not included in this bundle, but they are available on the website. And there are magnetic plates across the top and the bottom of the light board, and also across the middle. So you can hold your projects down with them if you add the magnets to it. So that is what the light board is. Now, the other thing that is so fantastic about these Caterpillar LED light boards is they automatically come with a translucent self-healing cutting mat. Now, this cutting mat has a grippy surface on the back, and it has a bit of a grippy surface on the front. Now, the surface on the back makes it so that your light board does not slide around when you go to cut. And the grippy surface on the top kind of helps keep, your fabric in place a little bit. Let me grab a little piece of fabric and show you. So now, the thing that's so great on this is you can see through most of your fabrics. Now, if you're working on, I don't think I have it right here, but if you're working on an applique pattern or a paper piecing pattern, or English paper piecing or anything, that is so lovely is because you can see through here. If you have enough, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but I can see that line. So I am able to see if I have enough fabric to complete the piece that I'm trying to cut out. And then you can cut it out directly on here. You can cut right on top of this. Now, any rotary cutter is totally fine. You can use your favorite one. It doesn't matter which one you use, and you can cut your fabric right on top of there. Now, even if you can't see through, let's say you can't see through your fabric, it's too thick, it's too dark, whatever, because this whole surface area is lit up. When you go to make your cut, you're measuring your ruler on with your lines. You can see, I don't know if you can see that very well, but you can line your ruler up super, super accurately because you can tell if you are on or off your line. You can get really, really accurate in your cutting that way. So what I square all of my little blocks up right on top of this. I square all of my bigger blocks up on top of my Ultra, because I can use my ruler and I can use that light and I can make sure it's perfectly square before I go sew it together. Tess, thank you for the question. What size is this? So the light board itself, appreciate your question. The light board itself is 13 inches by 19 inches. And the lighted area is about 11 and a half by 16 and a half. So almost 12 by 17. The thing that's really great is the cutting mat that comes with it covers the entire board. So if you overcut your grid, it doesn't matter. You can overcut your grid and it's totally fine because you're not going to slide off. So the cutting mat covers your entire grid. So it comes with a USB-C cord. It's 6 feet long. So you can plug it into, it comes with a wall block as well as the USB port. So you can plug it into all kinds of power sources. But the thing about the Glow Premium that made me love it so much, I mentioned it a little bit earlier, is that it is fully portable. So you can take the plug off, you can use it fully portable, and you can not be plugged in. And so it's super great for classes and traveling and just sitting in a different spot of the house. I joke that when we watch football at the house and it's a game that I don't care about, I can have this on my lap and I can work on my crafts while we're watching the game. Then you can just lift your head and go, oh yeah, good job, or oh no, whenever things happen and you don't really have to pay attention. I have an original premium board without the magnets. How many plates should I get to attach to the backside? Thank you for that question, Linda. I think I have a pack of plates right here. So they come in a pack of 6. So if you have one of our original light boards, either the premium or the basic, or if you have the ultra, they do not have magnetic plates built into them. These are how the magnetic plates come. They come in a package of 6 and they are sticky on the back. So you can permanently stick them to the back of your light board. Now, I will tell you that I have not permanently stuck mine to any of my light boards because I cannot decide where I want them to stay. So I will stick it behind there and I will put the magnet on and it will hold through. Our magnets will hold through the cutting mats as well, by the way. Then because I keep using them in different places, so I haven't stuck them all the way down to my light board yet. If you have 6, what you'll have is like 1 in each corner and then a couple in the middle if you stick them permanently. That works pretty well. I will say if you want to stick them permanently and have them cover as much of the area as you want, I would recommend 2 packs of them and do 12. You don't have to, but that's what I would recommend. But I will tell you that the other reason that I keep these not actually stuck down is I like to use them on my glass mat as well. And I'm going to show you the tempered glass mat here in a second because it is included in the bundle today. So that's the Glow Premium 2. You know, if you guys have any other questions about that, pop that in the chat and I will be happy to go back and answer any question that you guys have. But the next item that's included in this bundle is our tempered glass mat. Now this is a tempered glass. You're going to see my lights again. This is my tempered glass. It is a treated glass. So it's tempered and treated. So it's kind of like a glass stovetop or like your refrigerator shelf. So it's super, super, super durable. It doesn't scratch. So originally it was designed as a general crafting mat. It's a great mat for paints and inks and glues because it cleans up so easy. Anytime I'm using my hot glue gun for a project, I set it on my glass mat because as that glue drips down, I can just scrape it off if it gets stuck. The other thing that is so phenomenal about this tempered glass mat is it will take a heat of an iron. So you can take your glass mat, and if you are doing applique, guys, you can iron your pieces directly on your glass mat. Now, just a little side note, this is not included in the bundle, but this is a side note. If you take your metallic plates, your metal plates, and you stick one under the glass mat, and you set pretend this is an applique pattern. This is a paper piecing pattern, but let's pretend this is an applique pattern. You set that there and you hold it down with your magnets. Then you can build your applique right on there and it won't move around on you. It's so, so great. So that's what I like to keep. That's why I don't ever stick them down because you can do that with them. But this will take the heat of an iron. I also keep a glass mat right next to my table as I'm working. Because when I am putting my blocks together and I need to iron my seams really quick, I just do that really quickly on my glass mat, hold it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I have my seam is all creased. Look at that. Boom. Look at that. Right on top of the glass, right on top of the light. Guys, you can use the grid to center things, to make sure you're at a 1/4 inch, to make sure you're at whatever you need to do. You can use it for applique. You can just press your seams on top of it. It is amazing. Savannah says, I've also kept my plates loose and stored in the OG packaging, as well as my magnets, and I keep them stored in my Ultra Tote together. Beautiful. Speaking of tote, thank you for bringing that up. Speaking of tote, a tote bag is also included in this bundle. So this is the tote bag for the Glow Premium 2. This is it right here. If you can see, I have my Glow Classic is sitting in there right now. So your lightboard will fit in this. We made the inside green, which is really great because if you lose your pencil or something down in the bottom, how many of you guys lose stuff in the bottom of your purse and it's all dark and you feel like you're never going to find it again, like your chapstick or whatever? We made it green so you can find whatever you need down in there. So it's double padded. So it's padded on both sides. So it's nice and sturdy and durable for your lightboard to fit inside there. So you can put your lightboard and your cutting mat in there and your glass mat. They will all fit in the bag here. You have a full pocket here for storage. I like to take this when I go places, like when I go to Keisha's house and we do crafting up there, whatever project I'm working on, I can put my patterns in here, my fabric in here. I can put it all in here and just take this whole thing with me. Then you've got this little front pocket here where you can store your power cords. You can put your rotary cutter. You can put your magnets like Savannah mentioned. You can put that all on that. You can put that right there. It comes with the briefcase handles. It also comes with the shoulder strap. So this is available. If you already have a lightboard, it's available on the website already, but it is included in this bundle also. Beth, I appreciate your question about working on a legit kit, and I am over the moon proud of you for finishing Big G. This legit kit pattern right here is just one of their rainbowgram patterns because Chuck, for those of you who may have seen Chuck out on the trade show circuit, said that this is the easy one, and I haven't started it yet because I'm scared. I've never paper pieced either, and I'm super scared, so I haven't started it yet. But that's what this is. This is just one of their rainbowgram patterns because I'm too scared to actually try it. So anyway, there's that. So because this month our challenge is flying geese, we also in this bundle included our grid-less cutting mat. So, and I'll tell you why I did it. And you guys can tell me if this was the right thing to do or not, because I'm not sure. But this is our grid-less cutting mat. So it's built the exact same as that comes with the lightboard, but this does not have any grid lines in it. Like we did it originally, we made this one originally because some people like to measure with their ruler lines. I know that a lot of times you'll flip over your mats and not use the grid lines, and because you're just using one set of lines instead of two, and I understand that. And so that's why we made it originally, so you can do that. But when I was doing research about flying geese and what I think I have to do with them, and I got this little ruler. I got this little ruler that has, I don't know if you can see it because it's so clear, but it has all these little lines to measure, to trim, to do all this stuff for your flying geese. I think it's upside down. All of these little lines for your flying geese. I thought that the grid lines on the cutting mat might interfere with all these lines because they're diagonals and there's all these lines here. So you can use this on top of your cutting mat that does not have the grid lines. So if you have one of these kinds of rulers for your flying geese, or if you just like to cut with your ruler lines instead of your grid lines, this is a great additional mat. We included that in the bundle for the February challenge bundle for the month. So just to recap, you guys, the Glow Premium 2, which is the rechargeable version. The Glow Premium are the only versions that we have that have an internal rechargeable battery. Only the Glow Premium has a rechargeable battery. So it includes the Glow Premium, which comes with the original cutting mat automatically. This bundle comes with the tempered glass mat, so you can iron on it, you can glue on it. When you iron your applique pieces on the glass mat and you get some of that fusible glue stuck on there, you just scrape it off. You don't have to worry about it. It doesn't get stuck on fabric or wool or anything like that. You just scrape it off the glass. It includes the tote bag to keep everything in together. And it also includes the clear self-healing cutting mat. It is a fantastic bundle with all of my favorite products. And it is on sale for $90 off this month for February, you guys. It's a great, great deal. Linda, you can make FP to make both. Okay, FOP and geese less scary. I don't know what FOP means. Guys, I'm still learning as we go. So let me know what that means. And Linda says, when I go to a retreat, I look like one of your representatives. I have my project in the fat quarter bundle bag and my light board in my tote, and I'm ready to go. I love that, Linda. I do the same thing. That's so great. I tend not to use the grid lines. It depends on what I'm working on. When I'm squaring things up, I always use the grid lines. But if I'm cutting like strips, I don't always use the grid lines for that. Beth, you're very sweet. Give yourself credit. Big G was my first paper piece, and I would have loved to have had the lighted board before I did it. Yeah, you know, Chuck says he makes those quilts sometimes, and I know Chuck's wife, and I know that Angie makes them. I don't know if Chuck actually does or not. I know he has done some, but he says that's what he loves to use is the gridless mat for that. So try flying geese from Fat Quarter Shop. They are paper piecing, and then you use your Caterpillar light box and the cutting mat and makes them perfectly. Melissa, I love that idea. We are going to have a little demo from Nina Snyder on the 23rd about how she does flying geese paper piecing style. So I'm super excited for that. And I like having the option of the grid or no grid as well. Yes, we haven't had anyone mention a fat quarter bundle bag for a while, Eric. It is time for a shot. We've kind of dropped the ball on talking about those fat quarter bundle bags. FPP is foundation paper piecing. Okay. The geese block would be simpler than a rainbowgram. Oh, okay. All right. Maybe I'll try that. I appreciate that. Okay. Maybe I'll try that. Oh, I love that. Thank you guys. I love all of your tips and tricks and questions and feedback, and it's beautiful. I really love it. Thank you guys so very much. I appreciate that so much. I do think though, that since I'm here all by myself, that we should do a giveaway. I think that we should give away one of our beautiful Glow Premium 2 light boards. Kim, thank you for that question. Yes, you can enter the challenge more than once if it's different. Yes, you absolutely can. Enter as many times as you want throughout the month. It ends on the 28th. We don't have a 29th this year, 28th. Yes, enter as many times as you want. Anywhere I'll go over all of that again here at the end, but we're gonna do a little giveaway for a Glow Premium 2. Gianna, that's a great idea. I'm not really supposed to give away just the glass mat because shipping just the glass mat's a little expensive. So anyway, yes, Beth, thank you for that question. Would you iron on the board? Yes, I will show you. Yes, you can. If you take your glass mat and you put it on the board, and you, I should have cut this all the way. Let me trim this really quick. You put it on the board and you need to iron. When you iron your seams or when you're ironing your applique, you can iron directly on here. So here I have my little green square. I'm going to set this. I get backwards on here. You guys may not have seen me do it before. Nope. See, I'm always backwards. Okay, here we go. So I've got my glass mat on top of my light board. I've got my little green square. I'm just going to fold this girl in half. I'm going to take my iron here. I'm going to set it right on top. I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think I still have that in my head from Sesame Street or Electric Company or whatever I used to watch. And now I'm ironed. Boop, boop, doop. The glass is treated. It's kind of like a glass stovetop. So the heat kind of dissipates through the mat instead of going directly down. Now, don't leave your iron on it for terribly long. Don't iron your prom dress or anything on that. It's not meant for that. It's meant for spot ironing on top of the light so you can see what you're doing. When you're ready to give it a really good press with steam, don't do that on the glass mat. Don't use steam on the glass mat, because the water just pools. It doesn't have anywhere to soak into when you have the excess water. It just kind of makes a puddle. So it's not going to hurt the mat, but we don't recommend you do that because it makes those little puddles. Mine just did because there's a little bit of water in here. I just had a little puddle on mine. So we don't recommend steam. It won't hurt the glass, but we don't recommend that. But you can iron on the glass on top of the light. It is so, so great. Okay. So Sesame Street. Thank you, Beth. Okay. Savannah, yeah, I'm always amazed that the glass mat doesn't get crazy hot, and you can touch it right away. You guys, you want to hear a little funny thing that I did with my glass mat? So I was working on my quilt. This is the one that I just finished the quilt top for. I was working on this. I found a quilt design that was present in this version, and I decided to do a little bit different. And I was working on, what piece was it? This one. So this little piece right here. I was working on this little piece right here. That was I just wanted to make it kind of scrappy and wonky. And so I wasn't really using my light board with this, but I was using my glass mats to iron. I had my whole table covered with my flip and fold cutting mat. And I had my glass mat on my flip and fold mat. And I was ironing, and I was folding and ironing. I was doing all of that, and I was doing it on top of my glass mat, and everything was going really well. Well, I set my iron down on my flip and fold directly by accident and not on the glass mat. And I set it down flat. So it bubbled my flip and fold. How many of you guys have done that? How many of you guys have put an iron on a cutting mat before and warped it? Like, oh my gosh, how many of you guys have done it? Thank you, Sherry. You guys are very sweet. Brenda, thank you. Eric, thank you guys. You're very sweet. I appreciate that a lot. I'm still new to quilting, and so I'm trying all kinds of random things. Anyway, I bubbled my my flip and fold mat, and it got really hot. I caught it really quickly, so it didn't stay on there very long, but I saw a little bubble in it. So guys, I took my tempered glass mat. It has these little feet on the bottom. So I flipped it over so it was flat, and I set it down on top of my flip and fold mat. I was hoping that would flatten out the little bubble I created. And you know what? It did. No more bubble. Where is it? Here. Oh, I'm going to grab it and show you guys. Because I was so surprised and I was so amazed that happened. But it was, look at, it was right here. It was right on this spot. And look at that. There's no bubble. Look at that. No bubble left. Woohoo. Super good. So if you have a glass mat and you need to flatten out one of your traditional cutting mats or your regular cutting mats from Caterpillar because you accidentally got heat on it, you can use the glass mat for that. I left it overnight. I came back in the morning. It was flat. Woohoo. It was really great. So yes, Savannah, I think you're right. I think the glass does work as sort of a clapper because it heats the bottom a little bit as well as the iron on the top, and it keeps it. You almost don't need to use the clapper. If you typically do, it works really, really well. It keeps it really crisp. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Okay, so that's a new hack. That's what you can do with that. It was magic. It was super good. I didn't know it would work. I was a test. I was like, oh no, I ruined my cutting mat. But I didn't. It was all great. Okay, so giveaway time. I got distracted. That's what I do. Giveaway time. So we're going to give away the Glow Premium 2, and it comes with the gridded cutting mat. So I'm going to ask a question, and then you guys can put a number in the chat, and then Eric's going to choose a random person that answered the question to win the Glow Premium 2. Okay, so here is my question. I may have asked this the other day too, but this is my question. How many of you have made flying geese before? Put a number 1 in the chat if you have made flying geese before. Put a number 2 in the chat if you have not made flying geese before. Because I have not. I am a number 2. I have not made flying geese before. I am scared to death to make flying geese. But I am going to try it. I'm going to try it, and I'm going to show you guys how I'm doing as I go along. I'm going to give it a try. Throughout the month, we'll see how it goes. Put it a number 1 if you have done flying geese, and put a number 2 if you never, ever have. Now, I'm going to warn you all, your number 1s, I might be calling you to help me if all of my flying geese start getting wonky. You might get Facebook messages or random messages about it. But I'm really proud of you all for doing it. Jody, yay. Kathy, I'm with you guys. I've never done it. We're going to do them together this month and see how we do. Look at all these number 1s. Tracy's never done it. Barbie's never done it. All you guys else have done it. Jana's done it. Sally's done it. Kim's done it. Okay, guys, if you've already done it, then I'm just going to say it. Maybe there's no excuse. Maybe you can enter the challenge this month. Show us what you've made with your flying geese. Make a little flying geese project. Show you what you've done. I'm trying not to be scared, Kim. I have this tendency that if I talk about it enough, just so I'll stop talking about it. I just try it. So that's where I'm trying to do. If I keep talking about how I'm too scared to do it, then I'm just like, I got it and I'll just do it. So that's my plan. So that's what I'm doing. Okay. I think it's okay if you make wonky flying geese as long as you've tried them. I think that's beautiful. Okay, here we go. Eric is going to choose a winner for our Glow Premium 2. And the winner is... He's trying to do it. Yeah, I'm very, Darla, I'm intimidated too until I do it. I know I've just got to do it. So hopefully I'll do it quickly. All right, Eric, let us know who the winner is. What kind of things do you usually make with your flying geese after you make your flying geese blocks? I know that there's traditional stars that you make flying geese with. But I just finished 40 of them for 10 sawtooths. Wow. That's crazy. That's a lot. Yeah, I'm still scared, but I'm going to try. Because I've decided that it's okay if things don't all line up because I can always fix it. That little quilt top that I showed you guys, some of the blocks didn't come out the right size. I just added a little extra of the sashing part and it looks fine. Nobody knows unless you look really close and I don't tell anybody. So it's fine. Oh, you're just about to do them right away. Good luck. Okay, do that. Eric, who's our winner? I don't know if Eric's picking a winner. Are you guys still hearing me? I'm seeing so many ones and twos still. I hope I'm still going. I hope you guys can still see me and I'm not having any problems. Let me know if you're having any problems.
You're not having any problems. The winner is Mitzi Lucas.
Oh, Mitzi Lucas. Okay.
Yeah.
Mitzi Lucas. Yay. Congrats, Mitzi Lucas. Please send an email to support@caterpillar.com and we will get you your Glow Premium 2 shipped off for you. So send me an email, support@caterpillar.com. Let me know what you won and let me know your shipping address and we will get that shipped off to you. So I am super excited, guys. This is the beginning of the month. We've got a big, exciting month ahead. It is going to be so much fun. Come back. What is today? Wednesday. Come back Friday for a husband sewing challenge. We're calling it Sewing School Husbands Edition. So come back on Friday afternoon for that at 1 o'clock Mountain Time. Then come back next Wednesday on the 11th, where we are going to have a sew and spill with some fun Valentine's crafts with Karen and Lindsay. And then on the 13th, on that following Friday, right before Valentine's Day, we will bring our husbands back and show you what they did. Show you what they were able to do. They've never sewn before. So we're excited for that. Oh, did we see Eric for a second there? I missed it. I was looking away. And then on the 23rd, Nina Snyder's going to come show us how she does flying geese paper piecing style. We're also going to have Nathan's mother-in-law, Laurel, come and show us how she does flying geese. So we're super excited for all of that. Our challenge is going on the entire month. It has started and it is on flying geese, and you can make anything you want for the challenge. It can be one flying geese block and that will count. You can make a quilt block, you can make a star, you can make a border, you can make a whole quilt, you can make whatever you want for flying geese. And in order to enter the challenge, there's several ways you can do it. There's a QR code that's the bundle QR code on the screen. But if you go to our website and go to our blogs, there's a blog post for the February challenge, and there's a link there for the Dropbox. There, that QR code that's on the screen right now will get you to that blog post. So if you scan that, go to that blog post, there's a Dropbox link. You can upload your project there. If you don't have Dropbox or don't want to use Dropbox, you can post a photo in our Caterpillar Creations Hub Facebook page, which I encourage you all to join. It's so much fun over there. If you aren't in there, and you don't have to join that, but if you aren't in there and you don't join that, you can also just use the hashtag CP challenge. and post that anywhere on social media and we will find it. Keisha looks like she's with us right now. She jumped on. We're excited for Friday. She says her husband's name is Madison. My husband's name is Theodore. We call him Theo. So Madison and Theo will be with us on Friday. Madison's nervous. Theo is nervous. Theo's pretending he's not nervous, but I think he's nervous. But it's going to be super fun. So come back Friday. Friday's going to be a riot, you guys. It's going to be a little bit of chaos with all 4 of us there, but it's going to be so much fun. Bring a cocktail or a coffee or a soda, or as we call it in Utah, a dirty soda. I don't know if you guys have those where you are, but we have all these little soda shops that add flavors to it, like coconut to your Dr. Pepper, things like that. Bring any of those things and join us on Friday for the live with our husbands, because that's going to be funny. And I am actually begging you guys to join us because they're going to need all the encouragement that you can get. So please join us and watch us on Friday. We're super excited for that. For today, we appreciate you joining us. Thank you so much for keeping me company as I'm here by myself here on a chilly Wednesday here in Salt Lake City, Utah. And come back on Friday. And we appreciate you guys so much. Thanks so much and have a great, great, great rest of your day.